like that new countdown, man. It's snowing. It's snowing in our countdown. I don't know if I like that or not. What's going on, everybody? We're back in the house. A2D Radio. This is Vetted. I'm Irving Fryar. That's Big Dog Hollis Thomas. Talk to the people, Big Dog.
Well, today we're going to talk about Royal Billiards being in their 41st year. Actually, it's their 42nd year of serving the Delaware Valley, for the place being the ultimate place for your man cave and game room desires. They established in 1982. As I said, this is the 42nd year since we're in January, and they give you things like shuffleboards, bars, and kitchen stools. Not only that, they give you the throne in which I'm actually going to break down this year and go ahead and get that throne to put it in my kitchen just to sit on it and take pictures on it like I used to do back in the heyday. Let's not forget they have the hottest of the hot tubs and video games, and they're located at 515 Bethlehem Pike, Colmar, Pennsylvania, 18915, or go to royalbilliards.com. Oh, I almost forgot about the hot off the presses. They have two brand new plank and hide 8-foot pool tables left at an amazing price of $27.95. These beautiful tables are furniture style pool tables, which include local delivery, setup, and accessories. Then there's only two left, and you can find them at 515 Bethlehem Pike, Colmar, Pennsylvania, 18915, or royalbilliards.com, and tell them Tank sent you. You heard it here on A2D Radio. And also take Marty some snacks. He loves bacon and sausages.
Bacon and sausages.
Yes. Bacon. He loves bacon. It's bacon.
Well,
Bacon.
Since it's 2024, you're right. Another year of business for Carlino's Italian Market. 41 years in business. Great Italian market. They've got the best Italian food in the whole country. I'm gonna say in the whole country, not even just the East Coast, the whole country, because they have products in the market that other places that are equivalent to them or somewhat equivalent to them, Italian markets, don't have. Ask for Pat, ask for Angela. They've been in business for 41 years. They know how to treat people. County Line Road in Ardmore. This business is a family-owned business started by Mama Carlino and her husband, Nicola, in 1983. Listen, high-quality Italian products. Not seen. You won't get them anywhere else in this country. You got to go to Carlino's. Like I said, if I lived closer, I'd be there every day. I'd be broke too, but I'd be there every day. Spending my money at Carlino's. Great Italian market. Cheeses, meats, wines, pastas. They got it going on. You got to check them out. County Line Road in Ardmore. Ask for Pat, ask for Angela. They'll treat you right. Well, Big Dog.
Yes, sir.
We before we get into the game, before we get into the Eagles, it was your birthday this week, man. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. I wish you happy birthday on your birthday, but
yesterday. It was yesterday.
Well, yeah, this week, yesterday. So what did you do for your birthday, man? Did you get a New Jersey? Is that New Jersey?
No,
No, you had that one already? All right.
Yeah, well, see, you have to know, being a big dog, I don't want to be seen often in the same thing twice.
Well, I'm not a big dog, and I do the same thing.
So I have a myriad, a plethora of different Eagles attire. I'm always seeking out newfangled things to set myself apart from the average Eagle fan. And I say that to take us into what we've been witnessing this last 6 weeks of was it 5 or 6 weeks of the last 5 games we went.
It's been 6 weeks.
It's been 6 weeks of sticking up the joint.
Well, hopefully they have a birthday present for you. It'll be a belated birthday present, but hopefully they'll have a birthday present for you this coming Monday night.
Well, that's what we'll be celebrating. Well, I'm going down there on Sunday since I couldn't go to Jamaica due to health reasons. That's a whole nother issue. If you know me closely, you know what was going on.
Right, but we thank God you're all right.
Yes, thank God I'm all right.
I need you around, man. I can't have you checking out on me.
Appreciate you. Cooler heads prevailed, and I could have went on a trip, but I chose to be an adult. I guess that's what you do. Now, but in any event, I was talking.
Wait! You made an adult decision?
You could call it that, because anybody else would have went on the trip and just went for broke. But I've already been put it this way. My doctor sat me down and said, he said, do you He said, "You've been in the hospital in one foreign country.
Uh,
Are you trying? Are you trying for more?" And I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and sit. I'm gonna go ahead and sit my big happy ass down. I just do the right thing. It's all the right thing to do. I got two young daughters that I want to stick around for.
yeah, man.
My oldest daughter, she said 150 years. I was like, dear God." And then she tried to justify talking about something, with modern medicine and stuff. I was like, almost had me. I was like, wait a minute, it's still 150 years?
Yeah, you don't want to be a vegetable for 50 years or even
Yeah.
60 years. We live 70, 80, even 90 now. We do live long lives, but you don't want to be, at least I don't, and I'm sure you don't either, because we're used to being alpha males. We are alpha males. We take care of stuff. We handle our business, and we don't want anybody having to change our diapers or change a diaper for us and wash us when we get to an old age.
What about the washing?
Sometimes,
okay.
Sometimes older people, they can't take care of themselves, and they hopefully with a family member or some kind of medical assistance, they have to be washed. They need assistance.
I need assistance, not by a family member though. The wife, I'm just saying.
We're not going there.
Okay,
we're not going there.
We're not gonna go there. Okay.
So did you? Okay, let me ask you that. Since you're there, did you have a happy birthday?
Well, see, there lies an issue. See, because you can have a birthday, even that you can have a happy birthday with performing a one-man show. It's a little self-care.
So it had a happy ending.
Yeah, so you always do a happy ending. You in it to win it, So, but I digress to getting back to what I was talking about.
Yeah, because we're going downhill quick.
Yes, we are. We're going down in flames. So I had a talk with my buddies Gil, Prime, and Hollywood Hearns on when I do the 4th of John show. They were, dude. I was like, I've never seen anybody sadder than those guys work, because they're the Eagles fans. It runs deep. When you cut some people, they may be bleeding green. I had never seen such sad. If they were little kids, they just found out Santa Claus wasn't real.
Wow.
And so I just told them, I was like, they have it's kind of like living in America. You have the right to criticize your team because you pay your hard-earned money to go and see these games, and to hear some of the guys that was talking. And I was glad I saw this interview. And I don't know if I told you this. I saw the interview. I've mentioned this a couple of times this week, watching the interview with Pete Rose, and what he said, that because they interviewed him after he ran over the guy that was covering home plate.
Right.
In the All-Star game.
Yeah, well, that's the way they played baseball back then. We were physical in the Pro Bowl.
I know, and it's turned into the crap fest that we see now. But the thing that he said, and I love when he said it. He said, anytime that I step on the diamond, I'm out there to perform, and I'm performing at my best. He said, I owe that to the fans. It's like the fans pay to see me play, and I'm not gonna shortchange them. I was like, damn. I was like, wow.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
And so right now, when you hear them talking about, some people talking about they playing possum, I hope they weren't playing possum. I hope it's like, but if they were playing possum, it's okay. But
you know what? That is a bunch of crock. That's a bunch of malarkey. Because how do you play possum playing football?
Yeah, you can't.
You mess around and get out in the field and really get hurt.
Yeah, really get hurt.
You're not going 100%.
Yeah. So now the other part of what he said was, when you're a fan, you're afforded the right to criticize your team. I'm not talking about because some people got miffed because they started talking about fair weather Eagles fan.
Right.
And I think some of the players have a misnomer. No, you get criticized. Right. You're in the production based business,
right?
And it's like if you come and stick up the joint, as a singer or a comedian, you think your next show gonna be sold out?
They're gonna criticize.
They're gonna criticize. They're gonna criticize you, and they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop listening to music or going to comedy show, but you're not gonna be doing it. And so it's
I think what the fans expect, and I'm speaking about the different teams across the league. Obviously, the fans here in Philadelphia had I don't know if they still do have, but they have had high expectations even last year, the latter part of last year, going into this year, they had high expectations. There are some teams in the league where their fans are coming and they know their team is not going anywhere in terms of the playoffs or Super Bowl that particular year, but they're still going to pay their money. They're still going to come, and they expect their team that they're supporting to at least give 100%, to go out and play hard, because yes, the tickets are outrageous in 2024 in terms of the seats that you pay for, and the fans deserve that. Fans deserve that.
When you said that, do you remember when you was talking about the teams with the playoff and Super Bowl aspirations? Do you remember the first? I think it may have been the first or the second meeting with Ray Rose, like coming back from training camp. And he was talking about, and I think it may have been the first to talk about we had the playoff aspirations, and he said it's a bunch of motherfuckers around the league that got these same aspirations, but they don't have what they. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
So then when you said that, it brought to mind. It's like a lot of teams come out the gate thinking if they were like. I'm glad we're not like Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns one year was talking about we got the best receiver core in the NFL, and ain't took a snap yet. Ain't took a regular season snap yet.
Right. Well, everybody starts out the season that way. Yes. It's 0-0, and everybody has high expectations. But there are a lot of people, sports fans, who are realistic and based on the talent they have or that they lack, they have a clear understanding that their team is limited in the capacity of the win-loss record. Right. So. But the Eagles fans, yes, the Eagles fans this year, including myself, beginning of the year, it was Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
Now I have chosen, as I said, I have chosen because I have been very, very critical. I have, and I see it from a fan's point of view, but you and I both see it from having been on the field. Right. And we know what football is all about. We know how the game is supposed to be played. We can see things that people who have not played at that level, we can see. And I have been very, particularly the last 6 weeks, very critical of the Eagles. But I have seen the light.
You didn't see it till you saw me in all green.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. When I came on the screen, he's like, oh. Yeah,
that's nice.
You got your Eagles gear. That's nice.
I have seen the light, and I'm going to stop. I'm going to tell the truth now, but I'm not going to tell the truth in a negative way. I'm going to try to put a positive spin on it.
Now you have a hats.com read, but after you come back from the hats.com read, tell them why you put a positive spin on it, because who gave you the idea when you come back. Tell them why.
Okay, well, it was you because you were being positive. But let me do my read. Yeah. Okay. Let me do my read. Hats.com is a premier destination for quality and fashion-forward hats and even more. Yes, with designs for every style and every trend. Locally based and run by Philly sports team fanatics. They love the Phillies and the Eagles and the Flyers and the Sixers. Hats.com can help you elevate your hat, John. Yes, that's a Philly word. John, utilize the easy-to-use guides at hat.com to find your perfect size and style. Shipping and returns are free. You don't find that very often. Shipping and returns are free. So if you buy a hat from hats.com and doesn't quite fit right, not what you thought it looked like, you can send it back for free. Hats.com. Find yourself in a hat on hats.com. Use code Philly for 15% off your order. Hats.com. So, yeah, I decided I was sitting on my front porch today because it's a little bit nice outside. Wasn't real cold
today.
Yeah. I was
like
sitting outside.
Degrees with the barometric pressure.
In the sun.
And the dew point holding steady.
And because it was sunny and because it was nice, I actually had the thought to myself, you know what? You need to stop being so negative, because negative vibes, putting negativity into the environment does not help at all. Yes, tell the truth, tell what you see, but you got to do it in a positive way, keeping hope at the end of it always. As long as there's hope, you're going to, when hope dies, progress ceases. So you got to keep hope alive. And then I came on, we were talking before the show, and you were being positive. So that was just reinforcement of what I was already thinking about doing. So I'm going to kind of blame myself what,
well,
what the Eagles, what the Eagles have been doing or not
well,
doing, because I have been negative, man.
No, that's not what that's what when I was telling the guys, because they had the same attitude, and I was like, dude, I can't function in all this negativity. I was like,
Negativity,
I was like, the game hasn't even been played yet. You already left them out for dead, but with good reason. It's like the thing I think that they did to us, inadvertently, was they got us. We was expecting to win every week. They just got us.
Yeah.
They spoiled the crap out of us all year long. It's
Right.
like because in a lot of those games when they was close, at a point, you still felt like something they was gonna do something to come back just because of what they did those first 10, 11 games.
Right.
And then it's like they got brought back down to earth. And I guess the athleticism is not enough. You need a little bit better coaching. And I think, with these guys putting a better game plan together. I think they've been putting a playoff game plan together probably for a while, but I don't know. And it was I've heard every negative thing from they need to fire Nick Sirianni. Are they going to fire Nick Sirianni? I don't think they're going to fire him yet, but you told me earlier that they had Jeff Lurie at practice. So
yeah, Lurie showed up for practice today.
When Jeff Lurie started showing up, it's not out of the realm.
Well,
So,
it's not out of the realm, but they're trying to spin it in the fact that, Javon Hargrave out in the 49ers made a comment, posted something talking about how much harder the practices are out there than they are here.
I don't put any stock in what he's saying about his former team. I was like, you just pissed because they didn't pay you what you wanted.
Right.
Yeah, you out there with the 20% more tax, paying 20% more tax, sucker.
Yeah, he's paying some taxes out there.
They ain't playing with you. And then but it's like and then why would you bump your gums about another team?
Yeah, he
focus on the team you own.
Yeah,
I was like, and
particularly the team you just came from. You got to be careful with that kind of stuff. But I think the fans really got, and myself too. We really got, and you got a little negativity too. We were all beating the same drum.
Yeah.
But I think we got negative like we have, and even looking forward to the game on Monday night versus the Buccaneers. Mm-hmm. We're basing it on these last 6 weeks. Right. And not so much that we're disappointed in the fact that they lost a few games, lost 5 out of 6, because every team in the league went through a stretch where they had 2 or 3 losses. But those teams bounced back.
Yeah,
look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We lost 5 out of the last 6 games. They won 5 out of the last 6. So they went through a stretch where it didn't look good for them. But then somehow, some way, they were able to get it together and start winning games. And we have yet to do that. Can that happen? Yes, I think it can. I really do, deep down in my heart, believe that it can. And it can start against this team. Fortunately, we're playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs because they're not a very good team. But because the team hasn't bounced back, because the team has lost, particularly these last 3 games, they lost them the way they lost them, losing to Arizona, losing to the Giants, losing to Seattle, and the way we lost those games.
Yeah, the way we lost those games really made everybody lose confidence, which they lost.
Exactly.
And I just feel like the playoffs as a whole, everybody's 0-0. You get to start over. Everything is ramped up. I mean, and I'm just supporting them any way it go. Win, lose, or draw, baby. Like I think the negativity part, the thing that bothered me, that it lingered with us. It just kept lingering.
Well, because they kept losing.
but it was like. But it was just like then all of a sudden we started talking about his job and stuff. I was like, he hasn't had a losing season since he's been coaching there.
Right. Well, I haven't said anything about coaches losing their jobs, right. But I do believe
they should lose some responsibilities.
Well, there's a big difference this year, particularly when the coordinators. There's a big difference this year with the offense and the defense, and I believe half the blame is on the coaches. You look at the defense. Jonathan Gannon, as much as we argued with him last year and told him he needs to be doing this and needs to be doing that. That defense last year was going into the Super Bowl was the number one pass defense in the league.
I know, but let me give you this as well. They also had Marcus Epps, C.J. Gardner.
I understand that. I
TJ
understand
Edwards,
that.
and Kazir White.
Yeah, I understand that.
And Hargrove.
I understand that.
So those you don't even have those pieces in the equation.
No, they're not in the equation, and they're on other teams playing well.
Yeah,
all of them.
And then you lose. The Slaves have been gimpy all season, and then you lose them for the next 4 weeks, and you playing a lot of the rookies, in which I felt like they should have been playing the rookies early on anyway, so they could get some experience. But we just gave them some experience on the back end. So it's I feel like.
But to your point, we can somewhat give the defense a pass. Okay. To your point, we can give the defense a pass. Yeah, a little bit, not completely. They're not completely. They're not completely exonerated.
They still win in the office and picked up that damn check.
Yeah, they got to go out there and play. You're right.
Yes.
They have to go out just like because even with Jonathan Gannon, he started more rookies this year than anybody in the league. They only won 4 games, but doggone it, they came in here and beat us physically.
Yeah,
not just on the scoreboard, but they beat us physically.
Yeah, ran the ball down our throat.
Yeah. So let's look at the offensive side, which again, for me, there's no excuse for why the offense has not been productive the way, at least to almost the degree they were last year. They got another year together. They're in the same offense. They got the whole entire offense back except for one lineman. And Cam Jurgens has been doing a good job when he's been on the field. And then we got to upgrade, in my opinion, at running back. So why is this offense not producing the way, at least to a certain degree, that it was last year? I believe it's Shane Steichen and the fact that he's gone. Because look at what he did. Look at what he did. He didn't make the playoffs, but look at what he did with Gardner Minshew in Indianapolis. He scored points.
Yeah, because they only had 2 wins the previous season, right?
Right. Yeah.
2 or 3 wins. It's like so. But let me piss you off a little bit. Guess who the Carolina Panthers won the interview for a head coaching job?
Who?
Brian Johnson.
They got to be crazy. The Carolina Panthers are the worst team in the league. They'll even get worse with Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson's not going down there to be no head coach, man.
You think he's a token?
Do I think he's a token?
Is that what they're doing? They have the Rooney Rule in place.
Yeah, but why don't they try to get what you call them from Washington?
No, what the Rooney Rule is, don't you?
Yeah, you gotta have some black folk on you.
That's why I said. Do you think he's a token?
Well, why don't they try to get what you call him from Washington?
The enemy.
The enemy, yeah.
Yeah, but so that's why I was asking. Did you think it was a token?
What if Brian Johnson goes down there?
Yeah.
Is that serious talk? They're seriously considering him
in an interview. Yeah.
Well, they got to do that for a token. Yeah, they have to.
That's what I was asking.
He's a token.
Yeah, I thought. When you look at it, and I've been asked this question too, and you can I'm gonna tell you what I thought of. The question was, do you think Nick Sirianni's lost the locker room? And my answer to that one was no. The only reason it was no was because when they put the young guys in there, they were still fighting. They still went out there and they fought. They got some points. They tried to stop the Giants. When you look, you lost the locker room. When you see some of the people that they know that's not going to be there, you see them just let guys go into the end zone. You see them stop chasing everybody, and it's like And
I think one of the other things.
Yeah, go ahead.
To your point, one of the other things about I don't believe he's lost the locker room is the fact that this last game he began to take the starters out, and Jalen hurt his finger, but then Jalen went back in the game, and when Jalen went back in the game,
his way back in the game.
Yeah,
Jalen went his way back in the game. Right,
but if he had lost the locker room, Jalen's fingers hurt. None of the other starters were out there. AJ Brown wasn't out there. Obviously, Devontae didn't play, but they had taken the other starters, the skill guys, they had taken them out. So he was out there with Julio Jones and Quez Watkins when he went back in the game. Had that been the case where he had lost the locker room, I don't think Jalen would have made that kind of decision, put himself at risk to go back in the game like that when there was nothing to gain for going back in the game. So, but I do. Here's what I do believe. I believe, and I'm talking on the offensive side now. I believe there's frustration with the offensive play calling, frustration with the offensive game plan. Why? Because when I watched the game last week, and you saw this as well, they have no answer for the blitz. And I'm not talking about blocking schemes, so to speak. I'm talking about blitz routes. Guys break, guys.
Huh? Thank you.
Yeah, guys breaking the routes. I'm watching that. That's how Jalen hurt his finger.
Yeah,
the Giants blitz. The Giants blitz, and Jalen's holding on to the ball, waiting for someone to come open, and then he threw the ball away or threw it. You know, it was a skew throw, but it was 14 yards down the field to Dallas Goedert on an out. I'm watching, and there's zero blitzes. I'm watching. There's a zero blitz, and the Giants are bringing everybody, and the middle of the field is wide open, and all the receivers are running down the field. No one's breaking off their route to hurry up and get the ball out of Jalen's hands. There was one time they looked like they were going to run a zero blitz, and the middle linebacker dropped back, and he started looking left and right, waiting for a blitz route, a blitz adjustment, and there was nothing there.
Yeah, but not only that, this is like you. I thought you were going to say it, but that's why I was like. But the thing that really pissed me off was nobody was looking back when the full blitz. Nobody. He was pumping the ball. He was pumping the ball because nobody was looking back for him to throw it to.
Because they have not put in a blitz. Yeah, they have no hot routes. Yeah. They have no blitz sight adjust. They have no adjustments for the blitz. We were trained to read just like the quarterback's reading. If you see it looks like a zero blitz, and my first couple steps, I'm looking to see what's happening, so I can tell if someone's faking or if someone's blitzing. My job was, if they're blitzing, it's a zero blitz. Break my route off to a slant. If I'm inside receiver, I'm going to the middle field. If I'm outside receiver, I'm going to the outside, or even a slant as well. We're both double slanting to give the quarterback a picture so he can get the ball out of his hands, so we can make an adjustment and even possibly have a big play when there's nobody in the field like that, because you do. Yeah. Put yourself in a vulnerable position when you're zero blitzing. You put yourself in a position for big plays offensively as a defense.
Yeah, but you do that transpires. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, nobody was even when he was scrambling, nobody was coming back to him. Nobody was getting open. And the thing I think that's pissing me off and the rest of the fans is this Yahoo Brian Johnson was a quarterback coach last year. He saw how to have success. Right. He saw how to orchestrate success. Right. What he's doing is not working. And if I see, you remember when you asked me what about? I'm sitting there watching, and this son of an onion threw us a wide receiver screen. Damn, they got every receiver we got killed over there. It's like you had a bunch of Smurfs over there messing around with the big ass DBs,
right?
The Giants,
right?
And then one dude just like was slapping around. I was like, oh man, come on. But
got Devontae Smith hurt.
Yeah, but we do have the quick video of our Royal Billiards and Colinos.
In our family, food is our daily bond. My Nonna, affectionately called Mama by many, found solace and joy in the kitchen, sharing her love through delicious creations. She turned her culinary passion into a flourishing business alongside her husband and sons in 1983. Celebrating 40 years is a testament to our exceptional team, friends, family, and beloved customers. With gratitude, we look forward to the future, expanding our brand to share the highest quality Italian food and wine nationwide. Our heartfelt thanks to everyone who has played a part in our story. Grazie mille.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, proudly celebrating 40 years and our new, bigger showroom.
Twice the size and twice the fun.
More pool tables by Olhausen. More dartboard sets, including custom reclaimed backboards. More bar and kitchen stools that can change a room.
And more bars, including pre-built and custom.
Hot tubs, skee ball, shuffleboard, outdoor,
and fun.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, your ultimate game room store. Now located on Bethlehem Pike in Colmar.
All right, we are back. This is Vetted on A2D Radio. I'm Irving Fryar, and this is my co-host, Big Dog Hollis Thomas. What I would like to see, we're talking Eagles, y'all. Let's do the agree to disagree real quick. Let's do the agree to disagree. And you had a bunch of people telling you happy birthday in the comments today.
I just thank you for all the birthday love. Yes, all right. Thank you.
Eagles will be one and done in the playoffs. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Y'all, everybody who's watching right now, just your next comment, just throw in agree or disagree, and we'll know what you're talking about. The Eagles will be one and done in the playoffs.
I disagree.
And I'm going to disagree too. I'm going to disagree. I believe, based on, Obviously, they beat this team earlier this season, week number 3. They won the game. What was it? 21, or was it 21? What was the score?
21 or 23 or something.
Yeah, I had the score written down.
Rob had the guy who reminded us to do the agree to disagree question. Rob, he had a great point. It was like when you look at Baker Mayfield, he's not only Baker Mayfield he's been decent this year, but he's been extremely inconsistent. And he brought up the part that his weapons have been inconsistent as well. I think something's happened at running back where they can't get any consistency on the running game. Mm-hmm. He's actually hurting and ailing too and then he hurt his heel in the last game.
Right.
They scored 9 points, and it's like
they haven't scored a touchdown in 8 quarters or 9 quarters, I think.
Yeah, so he's but he's going to come out with a little. He's going to come out with a little chip, but he throws the ball to you all the time. He
turns it over. Was he 28 touchdowns this year with 10 interceptions? Yeah, he only threw last week against Carolina, and that was a must game for them against Carolina. He only threw for 137 yards. Yeah. So Baker and the Eagles beat the Buccaneers 25-11, week number 3. I've never been, and I'm still not, a fan of Baker Mayfield.
I used to be, and it was only because I like the way he played. I like what he did at Oklahoma. And initially, when he first started playing for Cleveland, I was digging it. But then when he started feeling himself. Like I guess towards the end of that, when he had the receiving core and he had won a playoff game, and then he had the receiving core, and then it was just like, dude, it's like I don't know, and he just turned into a jerk.
To me, I mean, this year he's played. I think this is probably his best year in the NFL. To me, I would never consider him to be a starting quarterback. I saw him and valued him as a decent backup that could come in if you had a starter who went down and Baker needed to come in and hold it down for 2, maybe 3 games. He could do that and get you, 2 out of 3 and hold it down. But for some reason, he's been playing decent, or did play decent most of the year. Most of the time he was on the field. But these last couple of games, he really has been the typical Baker Mayfield. And like you said, he's nicked up right now.
Yeah, he nicked up pretty bad. I know was it a shoulder? But I know he got sacked in a
shoulder.
And a heel now too.
Yeah, he's got double trouble. But here's what I would like to see from the Eagles. Now, I have a similar experience, not quite the same. In 1994, when I was playing for the Dolphins, actually it was Dan Marino's return from his Achilles. He had ruptured his Achilles my first year there in 1993. So it was his first coming back, first season back after the Achilles. Everybody was trying to figure out what's he going to be like. We started that season, first 11 of games, we were 9-2. We had the best record in the NFL. We were in first place. We were projected to go to the Super Bowl. Guess what? We didn't win any more games, and we did not make the playoffs. We slid just like the Eagles did. We were losing games, but the difference between our slide and not making the playoffs, obviously the Eagles made the playoffs, is that we didn't get beat like the Eagles have gotten beat by some of these teams. We fought. We fought tooth and nail.
And I think that's
and that's something that I wish I could see, or I want to see more concerning the Eagles. I like to see a little. They talked about the dog mentality. You haven't heard them talk about the dog mentality anytime in the recent past, but that's what they've got to have. I like to see a little more fight. I mean, particularly when you look back at San Francisco, and San Francisco comes in here, they talk junk all off season. Then they come into our house, the Eagles' house, and they start right from the beginning, warm up, walk through our warm up drill.
Yeah. That would have been a fight.
That's exactly what I say. There should have been a fight.
There would have been a fight.
Got kicked out of the game. Somebody should have got kicked out of the game, because you don't come in my house and do that. Then they beat us up. They beat the Eagles up when they played them, and then they gave the nail in the coffin when they hit Swift, who shouldn't have been in the game late in the game, like they hit Swift on that little swing pass. Right. So I would like to see the Eagles with a little more dog mentality. I would like to see them be a little more nasty. I would like to see them
a little bit more kick-assness.
Yeah, to fight, man. Just fight. And I almost came to the conclusion these last 2 games, Arizona, because they got run up and down the field in the run game, and with the Giants. And I know the starters didn't play the last part of the game, but I almost came to the conclusion that these guys gave up, that they had just given up. But we'll see. I know they're not playing possum. We know they're not playing possum. Ocho Cinco was crazy. Yeah, they're not playing possum.
Yeah,
you can't play possum.
The funniest thing about when people say that is like when and my brother he'll tell you when we were younger playing video games, and I'd be like, and then you as an older brother, I'm the oldest of 5. As an older brother, you get the best of them a lot. You get, and then they finally kick your ass.
Right.
And you be like, I just let you in.
Right. Yeah.
And I used to be, I was like, dude, I would never. And you say, well, how come you? I said it. I think I said it one time, and they were wondering why I don't say it, because if you win, you win it. I'm trying to kick your ass.
Right. You sound like me and my son London when London finally beat me running. I think London was 19 years old. I was 42, 43 years old, and he beat me in a 40. He beat me in a 40. I mean, he just nipped me. But I was like, I'll let you win.
Yeah, and it's like I was like, nope, because it's like even when somebody talk about they challenge you, like sometimes people don't know how to play video games, and then they challenge you to a game. It's like, well, how do you play? It's like, yeah, you better figure it out yourself.
Because I'm about to whoop that.
I'm about
tail.
to whoop you like cornbread batter.
Checkers, cards, horseshoes, whatever, everything. I'm winning. Yep, doesn't matter.
And I say that to say when they said that, I was like, yeah, whatever. I think it's more of what you said too about the fight part. I think the people are pissed off because
just fight.
It doesn't look like we're fighting like we know, like the birds normally fight. It's like if you go out there, you fight and you get your ass kicked, okay,
right?
But if we didn't have talent. And I think that's a lot of it too. If we didn't have talent and the people hadn't seen them do it before, we wouldn't be pissed.
And Philly is we fight in Philly.
Yeah.
And some of this, sitting on the bench, and I know, Jalen Hurts is stoic and he's, docile when it comes to his emotions. He keeps that stuff under control. But man, to me, I don't see anything that I can point the finger to and say, you know what? They care. They care.
Well,
they're upset. They're upset about this.
Well, when he went back in the game, you knew he cared about that.
Well, yeah, but
because they had to truly take him out because Dallas has I guess started winning or something. But that didn't matter. But you couldn't leave him in the game, and we got the playoffs coming up because that means that you've folded in the tent.
So, because the one thing you're trying to mess up the $250 million man, you're trying to mess him up.
And you guys are frat brothers, don't you? Don't y'all,
Omega Psi Phi, Fraternity Incorporated. To the day I die. Don't. I could put some Atomic Dog on.
You can't do that. They'll turn us off to Facebook, man.
Okay, that's right. Facebook is sensitive. They sensitive. He's sensitive.
Now this is coming up. I'll tell you what I do want to see in this game coming up, especially defensively, mainly because
you read my mind, man. I was going to ask you. So, what do the Eagles need to do in this game? Because people talk about, they got to change this, got to change. Even they're saying this. Okay, we got to do this, got to do that. It's late in the season.
Yeah, simplify.
A lot of these issues can't necessarily be fixed. But we've got to do 2 or 3 or 4 things that we can correct, or at least sew up or simplify to hopefully galvanize the team and eliminate some of the holes, particularly on defense.
Yeah, on defense, I think we've had to play. Our offense had to help us play defense. The offense had to sustain some drives. First and foremost, have some 8 to 10 play drives, 8 to 10 to 12 play drives. Mm-hmm. Don't do the 3 and out thing. And then I think just the defense just have to simplify things and cut the run up, run some stunts up front, and get your big guys to moving around to confuse their offensive line. So, who the hell is Mella? So we got negative Nancy. It's like trying to put lipstick on your pig. We're not talking about your girl, Mella. But
who is that? Who was that? Where they at?
I don't know. It's in the
Typing to put lipstick on
a
or it's trying to put lipstick on a pig. He said, trying to put lipstick.
We ain't talking about your girl, you know.
Well, you got to catch the pig before you put lipstick on.
Yeah, but it's like, and then Noah just said run the ball. That's, I think, the main thing. We have to stop them because their running game hasn't been spectacular.
No,
and so we have to stop. We have to run the ball and stop the run and force. We have to force Baker Mayfield to beat us. That's you have to make it one-dimensional.
And that won't happen.
Yeah.
But you know what? Our offense, like you said, the offense has to help the defense, and they do. You're right, because our defense has issues in terms of talent. So you can't necessarily close that hole. You can't sew up that hole because these are the players that you have to play with. You can simplify it for the defense a little bit and make it a little bit easier for them. Create a cone, create a border, and try to keep them in front of you, corral them.
Well, no, this is what you do. You create the organized chaos. Like, you have to create organized chaos up front, so that that hides the deficiencies on the back end. When you make them make quick decisions, it hides the deficiencies on the back end.
Right. But you also make yourself vulnerable. And we know, yes, Slay is going to be back, but we know other than Slay, man, we have some issues, some challenges staying with receivers, covering guys one-on-one, because when you start creating chaos up front, you leave those guys back there in the defensive backfield one-on-one.
When you create chaos up front, it doesn't always have to be man. It's such a thing called zone pressures.
I understand that.
Zone pressures are to create the organized chaos. That's why I said sometimes our linebackers aren't the best of people dropping. It's like, but don't drop Hassan Reddick. Quit dropping number 3 back there.
Hassan is an edge rusher. He's not a linebacker.
And Miller said, sad that we had all the D-line talent and nothing to show for it. That is true.
Right.
You look at it, it's like, and I feel like we put too much stock in, and I'm guilty of it too. Put too much stock in Desai, getting the maximum effort out the guys up front. Because if it's me, okay, I was like, I got a big ball in that. I got a big ball in that front. Let me run some X's and and some PTs and some ETs and stuff up front to cut up a run, since I'm gonna need an extra hand in the secondary. Because if you don't have enough people up front, we have 5-6 man fronts. That's not enough to get all those gaps over there.
Right.
That's like, especially when you got 4 guys up front and just 2 linebackers, because the linebackers don't match up with no damn offensive linemen.
we got another commercial coming up.
We do.
Yeah, hit it, Ralph. Thanks. Hats.com is the premier destination for quality and fashion-forward hats and more, with designs for every style and trend. Locally based and run by Philly sports team fanatics, Hats.com can help you elevate your hat John. Utilize the easy-to-use guides at Hats.com to find your perfect size and style, and shipping and returns are free. Hats.com. Find yourself in a hat. Use code Philly for 15% off your order. Hats.com. Oh, we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back. So like you said, got to control. The offense has got to help the defense, and they should be able to do that because we have the talent on offense. But that entails running the ball. Now, Swift, when we played the Buccaneers back in week 3, DeAndre Swift had 100. He ran for 130 yards. That's back during that stretch where he and both AJ Brown had 131 yards. I don't know if AJ Brown's going to, even play this week.
I heard he.
And I don't know what it's going to, in terms of the elements, it's going to be raining. There's a 95% chance of rain down there. So I don't know how much it's going to be.
It's going to be like, and it won't be like 96 degrees or something.
Yeah, but it's going to be raining. It's going to be raining. So I don't know how much we're going to throw the ball.
They'll be cooled off.
Yeah. No, it's not going to be cold rain. It's going to be hot rain. So it's not,
I said cooled off.
No, it will not be cooled off. They'll be wet. It's going to be hot rain. But this is a perfect scenario for us to get back to what we used to do.
Yep.
Give that ball to DeAndre. Listen, all I know is this. DeAndre has not gotten the ball very much in these last 6 games. Not nearly as much as he did when they were in those games when they went 10-1. Right. When he has the ball, gets the ball in his hands,
we have success.
Positive things happen for this team, not just the offense, but for the team. Yeah. And they have got to get him the ball We were successful. These are two different teams. When you go back and look at the game, week 3, Tampa Bay is a different team now, and the Eagles are a different team now. Unfortunately, the last 6 games, the Eagles have descended, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have ascended. Though this last game against the Panthers, it was a must game for them. As I said earlier, they did not come out and show out. They didn't score a touchdown. Bunch of field goals.
Their defense came and showed out, but their offense leaves something for the imagination.
Right, which is good for us. If they're struggling offensively, that's good for the Eagles because the Eagles are struggling defensively. Yep. But like you said, like we agree, our offense has got to come out and put some points on the board, sustain some drives. And the offense really hasn't been that bad this year in 2023. They average, even though they've lost, they haven't scored more than 20 points in the last 5 games or so, but they average for the season 25.5, 25 and a half points a game. And they're actually on third down, they're third in the league on third down.
So that's why they picked that's why they want Brian Johnson as their coach.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a joke, right? That was funny.
Man.
That was the funniest thing you said today. But again, we do have to have. I pray to God that they're working on site adjustments, as you said, blitz routes, adjusting to the blitz, having an answer for the blitz. Why? Because we're playing against Todd Bowles' defense. Todd Bowles blitzes. That's what he does. And I'm sure he's watching what happened last week with the Giants. The Giants didn't have anything to lose. So they were blitzing and blitzing and blitzing and blitzing.
The funny thing about it is, like, initially they were not blitzing because we kind of run the ball. It's like, what really pissed me off was we started off that game and we ran, pass, then ran and got like 30 yards.
And then started passing.
3 passes in a row and we punted.
Out of the game.
And then it was just like I was like, and I'll continue to say it till kingdom come. He was here last year. You know the formula for victory. You just refuse to use it. Mm-hmm. He has a
run the ball and stop the run. Run the ball and stop the run. And we're not that bad defensively. Our Achilles heel is in the secondary and the linebackers. So we're not that bad. This is what I want to ask you, big dog. Mm-hmm. I heard a report this week. It was reported that Jordan Davis is out of shape and he's being fined every week for being overweight. What is up with that?
I had clauses in my contract, so I wasn't giving them my money back.
Well, he has a clause in his, obviously, because he's being fined every week.
No. I had weight. I had if I stayed a certain weight at certain points, I would get.
Oh, you get more money.
Yeah, I get more money. But it's like,
obviously he don't have that one.
No, he don't have that one. But then it was like because they fine you, and then once they give you that weight, and then you don't stick with it. It was like I think he's reminiscing off some stuff that he did last year. You can't, but you have to. When you're this size, you have to continue to do the extra cardio because the practices, even though Hargrove was talking that crap, you don't practice that hard. And then once it gets cold outside, you're not sweating the same way you were during the summertime and leading up into the fall.
Right,
so you're supposed to do extra. When you're a big dog, you have to do extra to keep up with the small guys like yourself.
What does he have to do? Because what does he weigh? Like he's like 360, 370, something like that.
He needs to do pushaways.
Why do you think he's unable to lose or come down and get down to the game weight that they want him to be?
It's a sophomore slump.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because with the second year you start kind of feeling yourself. I had it too. I led the team at tackles, but I was way fatter than I was my rookie year. And then it kind of showed towards the end, and I was like, and I just you just have to take it upon yourself if you want to keep playing, and you don't want to what they say eat your way out of the league. Each and every offseason you got to do it, but then I think he got a good offseason workout program. Yeah. You have to implement that during the season.
During the season,
you have to get you one during
maintain
the season.
It. Yeah,
and that's as a big dog, you don't realize that you're trying to eat with all the look ats and everybody doing what they're doing. And they always have. I'm the reason why when you go to training tables now, they have red dots. Means stop, brother. Stop. Yellow dots mean you can have
Caution.
You can have
Just a little
bit,
bit, yeah.
but don't overdo it, big homie. And then the green is always go, and the green is far and in between because it ain't nothing but lettuce. Ain't no damn rabbit.
But you know what? It almost seems like there's some truth. Well, I'm sure if they reported it, there's got to be a little validity to it.
Yeah,
but because when you look at
when
you look at his play, the beginning of the season, he was playing pretty good at the beginning of the season. Him and Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter still is doing his thing, but Jordan Davis was, he started off pretty good at the beginning of the season, but we haven't heard his name at all.
And it's
at all.
And to me, it's like they are double teaming him, but you was busting between. You was busting those.
They were double teaming him at the beginning of the year.
I know, but it's like that, and that's how you can tell the weight is a problem for him.
Right.
It's like because when you're not because when you playing and you're doing right. That was the thing. That's why all my teammates was always on my side when they were trying to get on me about losing weight. It's like because I was always chasing the ball.
Right,
I was always making plays.
Right.
It's like, but I never let it hinder me. But I just had the testicle fortitude to do that. But I did find out that you have to. It's imperative that you get a program together or a plan together during the season as a big dog, especially as a young big dog, because you be it's like you hang with your teammates and stuff, and they are some of them. You guys can eat what the hell y'all want to do. That's the thing.
Well, I never had a weight problem. Yeah.
And it's like it was funny you say that because when I was with the Saints, Sean Payton used to announce the fines at the beginning of the team meeting, and it's like one time you say the receiver Devery Henderson was fined $2,000 for being 5 pounds over.
Wow.
And Devery Henderson is a receiver.
Yeah, I know. Well, you got some big receivers, but you know what? Maybe you ought to go to Instagram and DM Jordan Davis and give him your diet plan. Send it to him. So
he's got to do something for in season.
He's just off board because I'm sure they have a diet plan for him. All that stuff they have now and the food that's made available to them.
I know
we didn't have that stuff before.
Yeah, we didn't have it before.
Yeah.
And he's not putting it to use. But also, is you have to get on a cardio program too, dude. It's like because that's what I'm telling you. The stuff that y'all do is like if we just do what y'all do, we can do what y'all do and still continue to gain weight.
Right.
You have to get that heart rate up, especially being a young guy. You have to get that heart rate up for at least like 30 minutes because you just equated to playing a game.
Right.
The most you'll get out of a game that each play lasts 1.6 seconds or something like that. You're gonna be in the game for about 30 minutes.
Right.
I was like, if you get your heart rate up, it's that. But it's some standing around time and some downtime and stuff. But when you're out there, you're exerting an immense amount of energy. And if you don't get that cardio program in order, you will gain weight and it will show in your play. And on the field, like it's showing. That's why everybody see when you losing and we losing, everything rears its ugly head.
Right. Oh yeah. Everything's magnified. Everything's magnified. Yeah.
If we was winning, nobody would say
would be a problem.
It wouldn't say a damn thing about it.
Well, they say winning cures everything. Because watch this. If they go,
wait a minute, hold on. So somebody said he need. So they let that Popeyes go.
I ate at the NovaCare complex before food is delicious. Davis needs to let the Popeyes go.
It's the Popeyes around the corner from the complex.
Yeah, that's where they go to get the chicken to go on the plane for the away games. They go to Popeyes.
I know. I was a rookie. Remember, I was a rookie.
Yes, sir.
I was a rookie your first year here.
Yes, sir. So let's do this. What's your prediction? No, we're going to wait until after you do your read and your history with Hollis. Let me ask you this question before we go to history with Hollis and your read. What's out of the playoff games this weekend? We got 2 on Saturday. We got 3 on Sunday, triple header on Sunday. We got 1 Monday night with the Eagles and Tampa Bay. Besides Eagles and Tampa Bay, which game are you looking forward to seeing? What do you think is going to be the most exciting wild card game this weekend? You want me to read them out?
Yeah, read them out for me.
Okay, I'll read them out for you. So you got You got the AFC playoff with Buffalo, Pittsburgh in Buffalo. You got Detroit. That's the NFC. Houston and Cleveland in Houston, and you got Kansas City and Miami, Kansas City. Then NFC, you got Dallas and Green Bay in Dallas.
Okay.
You got Detroit and the Rams in Detroit.
Okay. I want to see the Detroit and the Rams one, and then I want to see the
That's
Kansas
the one
City,
I want to see too, man. I can't wait to see that.
Kansas City and Miami one, because both of those guys, I was like Kansas City and Miami. Tyreek Hill is going back to Arrowhead Stadium.
Yep.
So and then
with the vengeance, but it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold. But then too, this is the trade. Remember, the Rams traded. Right. The Detroit Lions traded Stafford.
The two quarterbacks. Yep.
The two quarterbacks that traded.
Yep. So Goff and Stafford.
So this will be interesting. This first time I think it's the first time since after the trade.
No. They played back in 2021.
2021.
Stafford beat Goff. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going to say this first time, because their first time it was right after the trade.
Right.
And so right. They haven't played since then. So that's going to be interesting. But those are two. And this is what I told my other brethren too. Everybody's talking about some go pack go and all that. I was like, excuse the language, fuck Dallas. We're not worried about Dallas.
No, we're not worried about Dallas.
We worried about the Eagles. Focus on the Birds.
But I still
focus on the Birds.
I believe Green Bay's going to beat Dallas though.
Yeah, we all do that, but I don't care. Only game I care about is game Monday night. I told you the other two games that I'll be interested to see because they have integral parts and integral players. The two quarterbacks switching teams. One's got a title, one doesn't.
Great stories. Great stories.
And then Tyreek Hill coming back to Kansas City, where they led the league. Where Kansas City led the league, receivers led the league in drops.
Great.
Those would be awesome.
Yeah.
But all of us Eagle fans focus all of our energy on our guys coming up big and winning and going out there and fight and putting their best foot forward.
Positive energy, yes. But I still want to see Dallas. I don't care when Dallas is playing or who they're playing. I want Dallas to lose. Period. Yeah.
But that's a given. If you're a Birds fan, that's a given, baby.
They got to lose.
Let me
Hollis. Hit us up, big dog.
This Irving and Hollis topic is brought to you by Philly Sports Trips. You can go check us out on phillysportstrips.com and who's partnering with Philly Sports Shirts, where you go and hit the vetted tab and get a Maximize My Sexy shirt or one of my sunflower sweatshirt or t-shirt and a damn Skippy shirt. And we have the vetted tees on there as well. Today is January the 11th, 2024, the 11th day of the year. We have 355 days left. Do you know why?
Why? Is it because it's a leap year?
Yes, it is. Yes, correct. Yes, today's national holidays is learn your name in Morse code day.
And what?
learn your name in Morse code.
Wow.
Today is also Hot Toddy Day. You know what hot toddy is, don't you?
Yes. What is it? Tea and some liquor?
Hot tea, lemon honey, and a shot of some type of whiskey.
That's what I said. Some liquor. Yes. Tea and some liquor.
Yes. Milk today is also Milk Day. And it's
that's a big contrast. A hot toddy and milk. You can't drink a hot toddy and then drink some milk.
Yeah, I suggest the milk might be warm too.
Yeah.
We got some tremendous events today. Today is today in 1569, the very first lottery was drawn for in the St. Paul's Cathedral in London.
In 1569?
1569, the world's first lottery. The prizes was 5,000 euros. Second prize was silver plates, and then the prize after that was tapestry, and then high quality linen cloth was also one of the prizes.
That stuff was valuable back then.
Yes, high quality linen cloth was.
Linen, yeah.
Yeah, 1759, the very first life insurance company was incorporated right here in Philadelphia.
Wow.
Didn't even know that, did you?
No.
1927, the Louis B. Mayer of MGM, one of the head of MGM, they announced the creation of the Academy of Motion Picture and Arts of Science. We have 1973, the American League in the in baseball, the American League adopts the designated hitter.
DH.
The National League, we adopted by one vote, and it was the Philly vote. That's why the National League took so long to get the DH, the designated hitter.
Right.
In 1981, in the NFC Championship game, right here at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Dallas Cowgirls 20-7.
Okay.
In 1987, in the AFC Championship game, The Drive was born. You remember that?
What was born?
The Drive. The Denver Broncos versus the
Cleveland
Browns.
Yeah.
The Drive.
Yes, the Drive.
With the Broncos coming back to win 23-20 in overtime. In 2004, this day will live in infamy for Freddie Mitchell and one Donovan McNabb when we were playing in the divisional round of the playoffs versus Green Bay, 4th and 26. We end up winning that game into overtime.
Big play.
Big time play. Then we have in 1963. I almost missed this one. Wilt Chamberlain, he scored 67 points for the San Francisco Warriors as they beat the LA Lakers 134-129. And so that's 90. And in 1999, Jon Stewart, he started the Daily Show. And then now I got a couple of birthdays. Today is Carol Shelby's birthday. For those of you American racers who like the American muscle car, 1956 from the Sugar Hill game, Big Bang Hank. 1957, Daryl Dawkins, Chocolate Thunder.
Yes, sir.
1962, comedian actress Kim Coles from In Living Color. And in 1971, Mary J. Blige. And today's hit in history been brought to you by Philly Sports Trips. That's Philly Sports Trips. Go to phillysportstrips.com. Pick one of our trips to any of the Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, Phillies, and we're the official travel team for the Philadelphia Union.
All right, Philadelphia Union.
Yeah, can't go there and check me out. I'm going to Tampa Bay on Sunday. And we're going to have a Stone Cold Groove down there whipping up on them suckers.
Stone Cold Groove. Now, that's old school. That's old school. Yes, sir. Some of them folks don't know about that. Listen, I see a bunch of comments. Thank all of you. JD Stroll, who's at DJ Charlie Rock.
Love you too, Idea.
Thomas Arnon. Thanks, boss.
That's my daughter.
Yeah. Was that Chris Nandy 80? Is that what that says?
Yeah.
Chris Nandy 80? I guess that's how you say that. Meta, above all, Doug Wiles, is that Hydia?
Hydia, that's my daughter.
Hydia, okay, yeah. Hydia. She said Hollis is the man. Yes, your daddy is the man. Yes, he is. Doug Wiles, I think I said Doug Wiles. But listen, all of y'all who have tuned in today, thanks for being with us. Troy Seabrook, thanks for being with us. Above all, yeah, thank you. Tash Gotti, I can't see all these names. Nick Neb. Got a bunch of folk.
Yeah, Amy, we got a bunch of folk. Yeah,
Amy Hernandez, thank you.
Hey, Amy, thank you.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you for being with us.
Amy and Allie, my London buddies.
We are talking about the playoffs. Playoffs.
You know, he just got a commercial.
He did.
Yeah, doing that same thing.
Yeah,
I was like, man, come on.
That's old. Playoffs. Listen, the Eagles have played the Buccaneers 5 times in the playoffs. And the Buccaneers are 3-2. They've won 3 and lost 2. So we're behind. Hopefully we can tie it up. The first game that the Eagles played the Buccaneers in the playoffs, it was Ron Jaworski against Doug Williams, that old orange that the Buccaneers had. Yeah, Williams.
I played in one of those, though.
You played in one of them? Yeah?
Yeah, I played it. We beat when they had Sean King as the quarterback, because I had that was with me. It was, I want to say, was it 2000? Because me and Hugh Douglas beat up on their the left side of their offensive line. We whooped them like cornbread batter.
Was demolished, yeah. Left side.
I think he had 2 sacks and a 4 fumble. I had like 5 or 6 tackles in the sack.
Like the program. Was it program? Left side, right side, left side. So give me your prediction, big dog. We out of here.
Prediction, I think it's going to be kind of a close game, but I think their defense is going to kind of keep them in the game for a hot second, but they tend to give up some plays here and there, and I don't think we'll make the same mistakes as Carolina did, because Carolina probably should have won that game. They had
Right.
a couple of. So I said it was going to be kind of like the same thing as last time, but 20. I said 24. I said 24 or 21 to 17, and I think the 17 is it's kind of stretching it, but I say 24 to 17, or like it was last time, 25 to 11.
25-11 last time. That's right. I believe the Eagles, and I believe this, that the Eagles are going to win this game. I believe because the Eagles have played some games. I think they had 2 or 3 games in the rain, like back to back this year. So they're used to playing in the rain. It's going to be warm, won't be cold. So the cold won't be a factor.
Won't be a factor now.
The wet will be somewhat of a factor.
Right.
But I have the Eagles winning by double digits, 20-10.
Oh, cool.
20-10. That's what the score is going to be. 20-10 Eagles. Then we're going to come back here and we're going to have a second playoff game here at the link.
Yes, we are. I don't know about that. It's everybody got to lose. Remember,
I know they lose. They're going to lose. Listen, positive reinforcement, positive speaking, positive attitude. Put positivity into the environment.
We still the number 6 seeds got to make it all the way with us, though.
Look.
Okay.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive.
Good things. Mazel mazel.
Mazel mazel. Y'all, we'll see you back here next week, next Thursday, same time, 5:00 p.m. right here at Vetted on A2D Radio with me, Irving Fryar, and my co-host, Big Dog Hollis Thomas.
We'll see
y'all next week. Go Birds.
Go Birds.